We call this place home. It's beautiful South Africa. Come and see us. Come surf with us and hang out. Right now, tons of people are down visiting us for the first QS 10,000 of the year. And you're seeing the South African J.Lawler de Vries in an all-important encounter as he works his way into the silhouette. There's a good morning from Ballito Bay in South Africa. Gig Saliers alongside Scotty Turnbull for the call as we now intro the second heat of the morning. It will be the South African J.Lawler de Vries taking on two very talented Australians. One of them we know very well in J.Freestone. Out there, the man in white. And watch for young J.Lawler from Narrabeen in Sydney.
Not too interested in this one, so J.Lawler gets to roll the ball on it.
Well, J.Lawler, second priority, will just get moving on this little bit of a bumpy wave. He's going to try and squeeze a score out of it. He knows that he doesn't want to get stuck in the back half of the heat looking for numbers. So he swings at it, does your Australian in red. Well, the locals will be supporting J.Lawler de Vries, who opened with a 3.83. Here he goes again. The young surfer who really does know the lineup quite well, grew up in Umhlanga Rocks, which is the next coastal town pretty much down to the south. Of course, the economic development in all of this area is also something to talk about. And have a look who's snatching another opportunity. J.Lawler again here finds that he maybe has a bowl on the inside. There he goes, releases the tail. And almost, if he'd swung that around, may have gone right over the top of J.Lawler. Talking of Costa Ricans that are on momentum, we will get to hear from Carlos Munoz after this ride. J.Lawler down on the inside here, snapping away. This is how he found that win in Manly on his forehand, and a couple of great hits there from J.Lawler. And as he moves back to the lineup, let's go down and hear from Carlos Munoz, winner of the first heat of the morning. Moving into the round of 16, which is just one round before the quarterfinals. So the worst now that Carlos Munoz can do is an equal 9th place finish.
I find it interesting that he says that he's not considering the money or the points. As we just check in, this is J.Freestone opening his account on his backhand.
Well, here we go. This is last year's finalist J.Freestone. Needs no introduction. Setting the pace nicely there. And just getting vaporized on that inside bowl there. So taking his time, pacing it nicely. That was the opener of J.Freestone. We've seen no rides prior to that. Maybe even widen the specs a lot. These waves are a lot more powerful in Ballito than what might meet the eye. Here goes Lawler forcing his way into holding off. Look like J.Freestone. Here's a 3.83. J.Lawler's already found a 5. But you know, when you have J.Freestone in the heat, you've got to do something special, and that's what J.Lawler de Vries is trying to do there. Just glides it out. Too much weight on the front foot, and he'll go over. And that was marginally close to completion.
Unsuccessful tactic from the last. Let's see what he did. We didn't get to catch this one. He seemed just waiting there. Despite the fact he was a little late to that section, his talent just work out for J.Lawler.
I've got a feeling Freestone will freestyle his way into that one. We'll split the peak, though. We'll stick with J.Lawler, who will go left. Nice vertical spike there. Two-turn combo. Jeez, he's so good in these little nuggety lefts, isn't J.Lawler?
Not a lot of height on that one, a lot of projection, gets the rotation, nice smooth landing, but it's all about J.Lawler. We loved him on his forehand here. It's this turn here. Look how vertical it is and deals with that warbly backwash there.
The landing was good, but not a lot of height and projection. Judges will go 4.77 for that, while we see J.Lawler trying to emulate. Lovely click out of a more critical section. Kind of shuffled his feet back in now, and now produces another maneuver down the line. A little fist pump there for J.Lawler de Vries, who's loved that one. And he found a nice clean face to do it on.
That removes one of his scoring rides. But let's go back to that, because we've got J.Lawler de Vries. He's 717, this massive air into the wind, tail high. Spins that around on the face there. Rides out of it nice and cleanly. Managed to fit in a nice little turn at the end. He knew he didn't need to go too big here, so just finishes that one off into the sun. Really wear on you over your journey.
Well, here we go. Higher priority for J.Lawler. No, priority to J.Freestone. J.Lawler's made a critical error here.
He's looking down the line. Jack is paddling. He looks at Jack. So obviously Jordan thinking, hey, I've got full priority here.
Did Jordan think that was J.Lawler maybe? I mean, what is he thinking?
You can see the boys there both looking at the priority judge there.
Look at J.Freestone in the meantime, though, as we track the live action. Smaller wave at the back part of the set. Jack's got to try and build a score. I mean, you know that Jack was going to be on his way to an excellent number by the quality of the wave that was stunted by J.Lawler. But wow, also a 717 in now for J.Lawler de Vries. No one scripted how this heat number 2 was going to turn out.
What just happened?
What?
This is a replay of it again. Of course, eclipsing Berwick's high score. A lovely little gaff in the pocket here. This one squares up nicely for him. Puts a lot into that one here, but it's his third turn. Up into the lip. Nice 12 o'clock hit there. Releases the fins and finishes this one off on the insection again, going 12 o'clock vert.
Anything out of that, he'll go back to the drawing board as you see the South African just toying around off the lip. And the question now is, J.Freestone will need to up some numbers just to secure that he continues through the draw here. The Australian in white holds the priority. He's going to swing it on a very rare left-hander here. Still indications that the tide is high in Ballito. Lovely little chip there. Comes out of it not that clean. So Freestone trying to up the requirements for J.Lawler to hurdle.
Obviously went pretty big down the end and not doing anything on it, but he's going to keep busy under that priority. And you can see he knows he's got to throw caution to the wind and go big. So he's going to keep doing that on those rights down the end of the beach.
The heat is taking a run towards the finish line. Let's have a look at what happened during the recap here, Scott.
So J.Freestone traversing down the line. You know he's got something big in mind. Lovely rotation. Good control there. And that's a bit better than his first 3.83.
And just like that, J.Freestone has gone from third to first, as you would expect with a man of this character and this stature. Freestone's on his way to the round of 16 with J. Vries, and that's going to wrap up a very interesting and sort of unscripted heat number 2 of the morning.
We use the catch cry, you can't script this. We most certainly couldn't on that one, as we see some sets still pouring in, so a bit more waves coming through. It's some exciting surfing.
Well, the surf is on the pump, the tide is going out. We're going to continue here from the first QS 10,000 of the year. Stay with us. It's the Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill.